When you think of rock and roll, one name towers above the rest: Mick Jagger. For over 6 decades, he has been the face, the voice, and the energy of the Rolling Stones, a band that redefined music history. From the electrifying riffs of Satisfaction to the haunting melodies of Angie, Jagger's work transcends generations. But while millions around the world celebrate his music, few pause to consider the personal side of his extraordinary life, especially the legacy he is leaving behind. Mick Jagger isn't just a global icon. He's a man who has amassed a staggering fortune through relentless touring, songwriting, and shrewd investments. Reports suggest his wealth runs into hundreds of millions, if not more, making him one of the richest musicians of all time. But wealth, as it often does, comes with complications. As Jagger ages, questions arise not only about how this fortune will be distributed, but also the ripple effects it might have on his family. The stakes are higher than you might think. Unlike many rock stars whose lives burn bright and fade quietly, Mick's story is far from over. He's a father to 8 children across multiple relationships, a grandfather, and a man whose persona has always been larger than life. Each member of his family has lived with the duality of his fame, the thrill of proximity to legend, coupled with the pressures and strains that come with it. Emotions run deep, loyalties are tested, and secrets linger behind the glittering facade of rock stardom. This script will dive deep into the heart of Mick Jagger's financial empire, explore the family dynamics shaped by fame and fortune, and reveal the tensions, triumphs, and heartaches that come when a legendary life meets extraordinary wealth. By the end, viewers will see Mick Jagger not just as a rock icon, but as a father, a provider, and a man whose choices have left an indelible mark on those he loves most. Mick Jagger's journey to becoming a global rock icon began far from the dazzling lights of stadiums and arenas. Born on July 26, 1943, in Dartford, Kent, England, he grew up in a middle-class household. His father, Basil, was a teacher, and his mother, Eva, a hairdresser. From the start, young Mick displayed a restless energy and charisma that set him apart from his peers. Even as a schoolboy, he had an uncanny ability to command attention, a trait that would later define his stage presence. Music entered his life early, though not always in conventional ways. As a teenager, he was captivated by the emerging sounds of blues, R&B, and rock and roll from America. Artists like Chuck Berry, Little Richard, and Muddy Waters inspired him, planting the seeds of a career that would eventually reshape music forever. Around this time, Mick met Keith Richards at a train station in Dartford, a meeting that would become legendary. Their bond over shared musical tastes would lead to one of the most iconic partnerships in rock history. The 1960s were a turbulent yet electrifying period for Mick. He immersed himself in London's underground music scene, performing with early bands before forming the Rolling Stones in 1962. From their first gigs at the Marquee Club to the chaos of their early tours, Mick's magnetic personality drew crowds like a magnet. His stage presence was electric, a mix of raw energy, flirtatious charm, and fearless audacity. The band's rise wasn't instant, but their music spoke to a generation hungry for rebellion and self-expression. Hits like I Can't Get No Satisfaction didn't just climb charts, they became anthems of a cultural revolution. But fame came with costs. While Mick's talents propelled him into the limelight, the pressures of constant touring, media scrutiny, and the rock and roll lifestyle began shaping the man behind the persona. Relationships, friendships, and even family ties would be tested as he navigated the dizzying highs and challenging lows of superstardom. By the time the Rolling Stones became a household name, Mick Jagger had already established himself not only as a singer, but as a force of nature, an unstoppable presence whose influence would ripple across decades. As Mick Jagger's fame skyrocketed, so did his fortune. From the early days of the Rolling Stones, it was clear that this was no ordinary band. Sold-out tours, record-breaking album sales, and publishing rights catapulted Mick into the stratosphere of wealth. But unlike many of his contemporaries who squandered their earnings, Jagger demonstrated an uncanny business acumen, turning his talent into a financial empire that would endure far beyond his music career. By the 1970s, Mick had already begun diversifying his income. property investments became a cornerstone of his wealth, with homes spanning London, New York, and even the French Riviera. Each property reflected his larger-than-life persona, luxurious, bold, and strategically valuable. Beyond real estate, he carefully managed his music rights and royalties, ensuring a steady stream of income that would continue even in years when touring slowed. It's this combination of foresight and ambition that set him apart from many other rock stars, who often saw fortune slip through their fingers amid the chaos of fame. Lifestyle for Mick was as extravagant as you'd expect from a man of his stature. Designer suits, private jets, and a constant rotation of high-profile social events were par for the course. Yet behind the glamour, there was a methodical approach to his wealth. Mick surrounded himself with advisors and managers who helped him navigate the tricky intersection of celebrity and finance. Every decision, whether buying a new estate or negotiating a tour contract, was carefully calculated to preserve and grow his empire. This meticulous management of wealth, however, has a human side that often gets overlooked. Family members, past and present, have had glimpses of this fortune, each interaction carrying its own emotional weight. Inheritance, allowances, and gifts are not merely transactions. They are tied to complex relationships, expectations, and sometimes tensions. As Mick's fortune continued to grow, so did the stakes. It was no longer just about music or fame. It became about legacy. And legacy, as history shows, is rarely without drama. In this video, we begin to understand the man behind the myth, a global superstar who combined artistic genius with financial savvy, all while navigating the emotional labyrinth that comes with extreme wealth and public scrutiny. Mick Jagger's fortune, while staggering, has never existed in a vacuum. Behind the glittering facade of fame lies a complex web of family relationships, some marked by love, others by tension and rivalry. As a father to 8 children from multiple relationships, Mick's personal life has always been in the public eye, and with that visibility comes intense scrutiny. Each child has experienced a unique relationship with their father, some close and nurturing, others distant and complicated. The stakes around inheritance and financial provision have always been delicate. Unlike a typical family, Mick's children grew up knowing their father as both a legendary figure and a man whose decisions could alter lives in profound ways. High-profile marriages, long-term partnerships, and fleeting romances all played a role in shaping the family dynamic. These relationships often carried unspoken expectations and subtle tensions, especially when wealth and legacy were involved. While Jagger ensured that each child had financial security, the emotional cost was sometimes beyond immediate family. Extended relatives and close confidants have also navigated the ripple effects of Mick's fortune. Some have seen opportunities for enrichment, others moments of conflict, and a few experienced the pain of being left out of decisions. Family gatherings, holidays, and celebrations, which might seem joyful from the outside, often carry undercurrents of comparison, unspoken grievances, or longing for connection. The pressures of fame amplify every emotion, turning even minor disagreements into matters of public fascination. Yet, amid the complexities, there is undeniable love and loyalty. Many of Mick's children have spoken about the pride and inspiration drawn from their father's achievements, the thrill of growing up close to a living legend, and the lessons learned from his tireless drive and ambition. These emotional layers, pride, resentment, admiration, and frustration, coexist, creating a family narrative that is as compelling as any rock ballad. The human side of Mick Jagger's fortune comes into focus. It's not just a story of wealth. It is a story of relationships tested by time, fame, and money. The emotional stakes are high, and the family's experiences reveal that the price of legacy is often measured in hearts, not just dollars. No story of Mick Jagger's life would be complete without confronting the controversies that have shadowed his incredible career. From headline-grabbing romances to legal battles and high-profile breakups, Jagger's personal life has often made as many waves as his music. Every decision, from fleeting flings to major family events, has been dissected by fans and the media alike, turning private moments into public spectacles. romantic entanglements have long fueled both fascination and tension. Mick's relationships with supermodels, actresses, and fellow musicians were often scrutinized, leading to speculation about paternity, favoritism, and family loyalty. Each high-profile romance brought excitement, but also emotional complexity, not only for Jagger himself, but for his children and partners. Trust and resentment sometimes coexisted, and the public's insatiable curiosity only heightened the pressure. Financial disputes have also surfaced at times, adding another layer of stress to family dynamics. With a fortune of this magnitude, even minor disagreements over allowances, inheritance, or gifts can escalate quickly. Lawyers, advisors, and intermediaries often play a role, but no amount of legal precision can completely remove the emotional weight of money and legacy. What's left is a delicate balancing act between protecting wealth, preserving relationships, and maintaining a public image. Public scrutiny has also impacted Mick's children, who grew up under the glare of media attention. Every milestone, misstep, and achievement is magnified, shaping their understanding of family and fame. While some have embraced the spotlight, others have struggled to find privacy and independence. These dynamics underscore a powerful truth. Living in the orbit of a global icon comes with enormous benefits, but also extraordinary challenges. Despite the scandals and controversies, Mick Jagger has weathered decades of attention with remarkable resilience. He continues to perform, create, and evolve, demonstrating a blend of audacity and strategic thinking that has preserved his influence. Yet, beneath the surface, the emotional and relational impact of fame and fortune remains profound, a testament to the complex interplay between rockstardom, wealth, and family. As Mick Jagger advances in age, the question of inheritance looms larger than ever. With a fortune estimated in the hundreds of millions, the stakes are staggering. Yet, this isn't just about numbers on a ledger. It's about legacy, relationships, and the intricate emotional web that comes with being a father to multiple children, each with their own lives, expectations, and ambitions. Jagger has always been careful with his financial planning, ensuring his wealth is structured to protect both his assets and the people he loves. Trusts, estates, and royalties are meticulously managed, but even the best-laid plans cannot erase the emotional complexities. For his children, inheritance is more than a financial matter. It carries questions of fairness, recognition, and connection. Some may feel more entitled, others overlooked, and subtle tensions can simmer beneath the surface for years. The weight of legacy is amplified by Mick's public persona. Unlike private figures, everything about him is scrutinized. Every gift, every provision, even casual remarks are interpreted through the lens of fame and fortune. This means that family interactions, birthdays, weddings, holidays, often carry an undercurrent of pressure and expectation. While money can provide comfort, it cannot buy closeness or erase old wounds. Emotional intelligence becomes just as important as financial acumen when balancing wealth with relationships. Mick's approach to legacy also extends beyond his family. His contributions to music, culture, and philanthropy form a parallel inheritance, one that fans, fellow musicians, and society at large will feel for generations. He has cultivated an image of timeless vitality, but there is also a human side. A father and grandfather aware that wealth is temporary, while the memories, influence, and lessons he leaves behind are permanent. Ultimately, Mick Jagger's fortune is not just a testament to his talent. It is a reflection of choices, sacrifices, and relationships shaped by decades of extraordinary life. His children inherit more than money. They inherit responsibility, history, and the emotional complexity of being part of a legend. And while this wealth can create tension and tears, it also has the power to unite, inspire, and preserve the remarkable story of one of rock's most iconic figures. While headlines often focus on Mick Jagger's fortune, the man behind the legend is far more than his bank account. Beneath the glittering persona of rock stardom lies a lifetime of lessons, struggles, and personal growth. Jagger's journey reminds us that wealth and fame are only part of the story. What truly defines a legacy are the choices, values, and connections that endure beyond material success. Mick's life has been a balancing act between indulgence and responsibility. For decades, he lived under the dual pressures of public scrutiny and personal ambition, constantly navigating relationships, career demands, and family obligations. Through triumphs and mistakes alike, he has gained a perspective on life that is both pragmatic and human. His wealth allows for comfort and opportunity, but it has also highlighted the importance of emotional intelligence, empathy, and communication within his family. His children's experiences reflect this complex balance. Some have embraced their father's fame and fortune, using it as a platform for their own endeavors. Others have struggled under the weight of expectations, craving connection beyond wealth. Through these dynamics, Jagger has faced the challenge every parent encounters, amplified by fame: how to provide guidance, support, and love without letting money overshadow the bonds that truly matter. Moreover, Mick's influence extends beyond family. As a cultural icon, he has inspired generations of musicians, artists, and fans worldwide. His work embodies a daring spirit, creativity, and resilience that transcends financial success. In many ways, the lessons of his life, ambition, perseverance, and the pursuit of passion are as valuable as any inheritance he leaves behind. Ultimately, reflecting on Mick Jagger's story reminds us that legacy is measured not only in fortune, but in human connection, impact, and memory. Money can create tension and tears, but it cannot replace the moments of love, mentorship, and shared experience that define a life well lived. Mick's journey shows that true wealth is found in the stories we leave behind, the lives we touch, and the lessons that endure long after the applause fades. As we reflect on Mick Jagger's life and fortune, one truth becomes abundantly clear. He is more than a rock star, more than a headline, more than a sum of money. Jagger's story is a testament to the power of talent, ambition, and resilience, and to the complex human emotions that accompany extraordinary success. His legacy is not confined to charts, tours, or bank statements. It lives in the music, the memories, and the hearts of those he has touched. Through decades of performing, recording, and reinventing himself, Mick has maintained a relevance few artists can claim. His voice, movements, and energy continue to electrify audiences worldwide, proving that his impact transcends time. But behind the stage lights lies a man whose life has been filled with both joy and conflict, love and tension, triumph and challenge. The fortune he leaves behind is immense, yes, but its true significance is intertwined with the emotional complexity of family, relationships, and personal choices. Mick's children inherit not just wealth, but the weight of history and expectation. Some may cry at the enormity of what he leaves behind, while others may find inspiration in the opportunities it provides. Every dollar carries stories, lessons, and memories, both luminous and shadowed, reminding us that legacy is never purely material. The fortune is impressive, but it is the relationships, the guidance, and the moments of connection that endure. For fans, Mick Jagger remains a symbol of rebellion, creativity, and vitality. For family and friends, he is a father, a grandfather, and a man whose decisions ripple across lives in ways money alone cannot define. And for history, he is a legend whose influence on music, culture, and human emotion will resonate long after his final note fades. In the end, Mick Jagger's life reminds us of a powerful truth. Greatness comes with complexity. Fame and fortune are fleeting, but the emotional imprint we leave on others, the laughter, the guidance, the love, is eternal. As the curtain falls on this chapter of his story, one thing remains certain. Mick Jagger's legacy is unforgettable, not just for the fortune he amassed, but for the life he lived and the people he touched along the way.
Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more dives into Hollywood's hidden history.